All right. I loaded up my, yes. I do that as well. Woohoo! Hi everybody! Happy Friday! Another week has gone by. Friday is here again. I hope that you guys have all had a fantastic week. Are you looking at
how many people are?
Ah, cool. Is that across all platforms? Fantastic. We've got Jasmine here. Hey, Jasmine. We've got some others as well watching, just waiting for some comments to come through there. What have you guys, pardon?
Audio?
Craig is asking, is the audio okay? If you could let us know, that would help us out. Make sure that we...
I can escape. I can escape.
And then Craig can escape, yes. That is my water, yes. Thank you very much. Craig's hinting that I need to drink more water. Very true. I'm sure we all do. How much water have you drank today, Craig? Not in coffee or tea? None. No. Oh well. Jasmine says all good audio-wise, so you may vacate. Put the child to bed. Thank you. All right. So I am going to get crafty tonight. We've got Ashley here. Hey, Ashley. And I have laid out some acrylic blocks. So this week we got a delivery from Catherine Pooler after the Heffy Doodle collaboration with Catherine a few weeks back. Loads of people were asking me, where can I get Catherine Pooler inks? Because I love them. They're fantastic for stamping and especially like solid stamps, like solid images. I'm really a big fan of that. And loads of people have been asking where they can get Catherine Pooler inks, and I know that they're not that easy to come across on this side of this neck of the woods. So I bought some Catherine Pooler inks for the store. Now what I decided to do was, I have the big sort of oval ones. Let me show you what I have. I have these ones here, but what I did actually for the store, instead of carrying the whole range of these because of minimum orders and my storage, which is restricted, I bought some packets of the little ones like this size. So that means that you can actually get more colors for less money. So the little ones are like this sort of a size, and they're in the same color range as these guys here. So if you're interested in checking those out, head on over to the Heffy Doodle store and you can check them out. I didn't buy lots and lots, so if you want to grab them now before they go. But I love them so much. I'm a big fan. And Catherine actually included some acrylic blocks, because we had a conversation a little while ago, and she was saying that she loves the acrylic blocks that they have, and I was like, oh, I've not tried them, and she's like, I'll send you some. So I'm really excited actually to play with these. And look at this one, it's massive. 4 7/8 by 6 1/8 rectangular block. I don't even think I have one this big. I have one which is almost this big, but it's probably about that size. And it's like all speckled in the middle. It's really poor quality. I think it's probably in here somewhere, hiding. So this is exciting for me. And I'm really loving these little ones as well. They have a smooth edge with an indentation, so you can hold them nicely. So I'm gonna probably put this little round one in my top drawer, and maybe even this little one as well. And they will become my new go-to acrylic blocks, which I'm excited about. How wonderful. Woohoo! Pam is here. Hey Pam. I looked into them and I already added them to my wish list. There you go. And Pear Blossom is here. Hi Amanda. And Stellar Craft says they're dye inks. They are dye inks. They are indeed. All right. So, as I was getting ready for tonight's stream, I had a thought and a little think about what I was going to make. And this little guy jumped out at me and I really wanted to make a card with him. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to try and make an interactive card tonight. And I'm just going to get cracking to see what I can do. So I'm thinking we'll have some grass along the bottom here. Like this, probably. And then I want to have some, I guess like water, like a pond. Let me grab my Slopey Joe's dyes. So I can create some water. Maybe some Slopey Joe's and some more grass behind that, I think. I actually go for this other one. Or yeah, if I have that, I'll cut this one backwards. And then this bit in the middle will be my lake, I guess. So I'm just gonna crack on. Amanda says, it's almost International Scrapbooking Day. Way! Who is crafting this weekend? Woohoo! And Georgina says, evening. Jasmine says that she finished a card with the ducks today too. Cool. All right, let's get quacking. Meh. Duck pun. Let's see what we can pull together. Turn on my Gemini. Georgina says, I just ordered the vegetable stamps and dies. Woo! All right, so we're gonna have a little panel to go inside the, or on top of my background, but I'm not sure what color my background is gonna be yet, so I will figure that out in a little bit. But I do want to have grass at the front, so let's see. I think I will use some mint to be cardstock. Now the mint to be cardstock is a mint color, as you can probably guess, but it is it's kind of too light for what I want to do with this, but I'll ink it up. Just means that if it's already mostly green, it helps get the party started, you know? Georgina says the vegetables will accompany my pasta stamps as all I can think of is food. I know what you mean. Definitely food is my friend. That's why I'm hungry, Heffy. But love a bit of food, of course. Alright, I'm trying to think for my pond, do I go lighter? I think I might go lighter and then I can darken it up. So let's go for the ice blast. Set. We're thinking about adding some more colors to the range of cardstock that we have in store. Don't know if that appeals to any of you. Have you guys used any of our cardstock yet? Amanda, oh, hold on, I need to catch up. Amanda says, I've been making a bunch of stuff, lol, 2 new videos today, and I had to use some Heffy little word dyes in both. Lesley, your font is really nice. It lends itself to every style. Oh, yay. And Amanda says, I need all the word dyes. Yeah. That's the crafter's conundrum. It shouldn't be called Crafter's Companion. It should be called Crafter's Conundrum because we want them all. We need it all. All right, so I've cut out 2 panels using this same die on the inside. And I want to have, I think I might go for, let's see, maybe a gentle slope at the front and then more wavy at the back perhaps. Yeah, I think that will work. So a gentle slope here like so. Jasmine says, I'm excited to get more dies now that I have a die cutting machine. Georgina says she has no money left. Brina's here as well. Hello. Jasmine says, I have the friend one, so I've been playing with that since yesterday. Great, because your order came yesterday, didn't it? All right, so we're going to have some grass at the bottom here. And then we're going to have, I'm going to go for the up and down slopey Joe. Slopey Joe. Perfect. To give more of a sort of a lake kind of feel to this. I actually really love how using the colored cardstock makes everything kind of come together before it's even started. Jasmine says, I need to make a 6-year-old a card and I only have horses. They like unicorns. Yes, Jasmine, you said to me that you bought the memento pen, so you could totally turn them into unicorns. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. I use a little bit of Heffy memo tape to reassemble this for a second so that I can line up this panel. And then I can cut some grass like so. You can make any card pop if you add a die cut sentiment. Yeah, I think so too. Candy's here. Hey Candy, happy Friday everyone and happy May. May already. absolutely nuts. Georgina says, has there been one particular food that's brought you the most comfort during this time? Well, probably cream eggs. So my mother-in-law bought Craig some cream eggs for his birthday, like a big box of like 48 or something. So they have been sitting up on the like the dresser and on the top, and so yeah, every so often I'm like, I really want chocolate. I love chocolate, Cadbury's of course, and yeah, I always ask though. I always say to Craig, please can I have a cream egg? And then I'm like, take one out. But also I think it's probably given me more comfort because they're not mine. So I get to eat them. But my philosophy here is at Valentine's Day, I get gifted Kinder Eggs. And this year, I think I had 2 Kinder Eggs out of 19. And the other Hallions ate them all. So I think I'm good for eating other people's Kinder Eggs. All right. So can you see how this is coming together already? We're going to have a little pond here, and we're going to have this little guy splashing around. I think I'm going to die cut a little sunshine. Put away this cardstock. Bring out my little mini die cutting machine here. And I'm going to actually just cut both of these out of yellow and then probably use ink to differentiate between the two of them. Add a horn, it'll be perfect. Yeah, for the unicorn, absolutely. All right. Here's my little sunshine. He looks pretty cool actually, all in yellow. And that's from the Sun, Moon and Stars set here. Now, so I want to have a sunshine, and I also want to have some clouds, I think, and my little ducky. So let's get stamperoonying. Not sure if we're going to go for these clouds or different clouds, but we'll stamp it anyway. See what happens. Vanessa says, I've not used your paper yet. And Amanda says, brownies. Brownies has helped her get through. Ooh, nice. I need to make some brownies. I'm not a big fan of chocolate treats. I love chocolate, but I'm not really a big fan like chocolate cake, chocolate mousse, things like that. So brownies is just one of those things I never think of making. I am going to make some lemon bars this weekend. I'm excited about that. Nom nom nom. Nice. Oh, I'm loving this round one. He's pretty cool. Pam says, I can't believe how fast April passed. Birthday was yesterday. Quarantined, of course, fun to remember. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Pam. Georgina says, so happy that you're stocking Catherine Pooler inks. Really spooky though, as your mail informed us, you now have them and mine arrived today. Honestly, I would have waited for them. So, oh, I'm sorry. Just have to treat yourself another time. I didn't know how long they were going to take to arrive, so that was good. So we've got Mr. Manny here. I might stamp one or two others because I may or may not use them, but at least if I stamp them, I can make my mind up later, can't I? Georgina says her comfort food is tinned peaches, Greek yogurt and granola. Yum. One of my friends, I saw on Facebook that they made their own granola. I was like, that sounds really good. Georgina says, Leslie, do you mostly make A2 sized cards? Yes, I do. Pretty much exclusively, to be honest. I'm not really sure how it happened, but it did. Okay, so this was a stamp set that Florette from Ink on 3 sent me called Platterific Pundies, which is adorable. But how cute is this little reed? Well, that's definitely going to need to be stamped for this card. Nom nom nom. Georgina says she loves cream eggs. Well, if you place an order for your Catherine Pooler inks, I'll have to include a cream egg if there's any left. Hopefully there will be. I'm sure Craig said hopefully there will be as well, because I think it's a bit like off balance how many I've had compared to how many he's had. What's the disease? Georgina says, I had a big bar of Cadbury's given to me today. For shaving one of my son's carer's hair off in an undercut. I am not a hairdresser. Good for you, though. Well, if it didn't turn out well, they probably didn't have to show very many people right now anyway. That's very true. That's very true. Yes, an undercut actually is very appealing right now because my hair was cut to here and it was lovely. You had like lots of ventilation around your neck, and now it has grown so fast, like so much faster than it did when it was longer. And it's driving me a little bit nuts and I get all sweaty in the back of my neck. Delightful, I know. Hey, snowy splodges. Okay, let's see. We're gonna have, so the plan is, I'd quite like this little guy to be jumping up and down. And what I was going to do is use the more strips of ease. So the more strips of ease is perfect for creating like sentiment strips. But what you can also do is use that die to create a strip to pull up, and inside this more strips of ease packet you get these little notches. Now the little ones are perfect for threading ribbons in or doing paper strips in and out, but for these guys I'm going to do a little notch like this, and then this guy can go up and down when you pull this up and down. All right, so we'll come back to that. I want to make sure that everything is assembled before I do it. Snowy Splodge just says, I've just ordered some CP inks. I'm gonna sell out before too long, I think. I only got a small quantity of each because I have storage issues here. When I move house, if that ever happens now, feels like it's going to be a million years away before we actually move house. Then I'll have more. I actually this week had like a panic and decided that, okay, if we're not going to move, because obviously with all the fun around isolation and corona and stuff, I was like, okay, let's have a look at how much it's going to be to rent storage nearby as a plan B. Okay, so I've got a BG 000. I'm just adding, you probably can't even really see it. I'm just kind of popping some color down there. And then I'm going to color in my reeds, but first I'm going to put a matte underneath this little guy because my ink might decide to bleed through. Okay, what's that? YG67 for that guy. And I'm going to go and get a Peapod Nouveau to blend that in. Lovely jubbly. And then we want yay! Georgina says, Snowy, they are amazing. They're really juicy. Yes, that's the one thing I will say, if you've not used Catherine Pooler inks before, is that a light touch is all you need. They're really juicy. Don't be pushing down on them. You definitely don't want to do that. It's literally just like this. And there's loads of information over on the Catherine Pooler blog about different inks, colours that go together, and different ways to use them. You're gonna love them. Awesome. So, gentle love taps. Yes, they call it a love tap. It will get messy if you don't. Snowy says, I've already got the little 4-pack of minis and I've just ordered the pastels. Yay, fantastic. Woohoo. All right, so I don't know what color to color my duckies. Shall I make them white or shall I color them like yellow? I think I kind of want them white, like a goose. Little goosey goosey. The colors are so happy. Absolutely they are. They're beautiful. Mr. Ducky. There's actually some, I want to say geese, like white geese that live near us, and they're nearly always on the road. You know, on the day where you're in a hurry, or you need to go to the airport, or you're late to pick up your child or something, and you come like, you're on the speed limit and you're going down, and then you turn around the corner and you're like, oh, geese, get out the way. Yeah, that's it. Roberta says, I ordered just before the release of the minis. I wish I had waited. Yeah, I wish I had the minis. I'm like totally tempted because I've got all the big ones in the drawer, but I'm really tempted just to change to minis. So just buy the minis as well. Which is pretty bad, but yeah. E41 Pearl White. Let me test this guy out. I just want to have a little shadow, a little bit of color, so he's not actually white. And you guys probably won't really be able to see that. Let's see if I can zoom in. You kind of see it. It's kind of nice. Georgina says they will last forever. I don't know whether they will. I've heard that, I've heard people say that they dry up quickly, but I've had some of mine for 2 years and they're not dry. So I don't know how true that is, quite frankly. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna ink up these little guys. Gonna bring some mold on. Which is the perfect grass color, of course. It just tends to hide. There it is. Roberta says, I like cubes and minis. You can re-ink them. Yeah, you can totally re-ink them. All right, so I've added a little bit of mode lawn there, but I'm also going to add some, oh, before I put that one away. Let's do this guy as well. I'm also going to add a little bit of a darker color. Maybe I'll try some mode lawn distressing because I think it's going to be darker for me. Yeah, it is. Just helps that pop a little bit more. Beautiful. Berta and Lesley, you guys need to find someone with the minis to trade with. Absolutely. Got a microfiber cloth here. I'm just going to take the most of that color off there, and there we go. So we now need to add some color to this guy to darken it up. So have I got any blue already on here? I do. It's so pretty. Or do you think maybe need to go a little bit darker around the edges? Maybe a little bit of salty ocean. Just a tiny bit. Was that pearl white Copic that you used? It was pearl white. Let me get the number for you. Yes, was it pearl white? I think it was. Yes, pearl white E41. And you have asked any other whites that you used. Nope, I just used that one. I didn't even blend it out with 0. All right, I'm gonna start assembling. Roberta says the center stone on your left ring, on the ring on your left hand, is that a sapphire? Yes, it is. It's my engagement ring. There's a sapphire and 2 diamonds. And then my wedding ring gives it a little hug. He did well, I think. Okay, so I'm adding some tape to assemble this together, but I'm not going to put my tape right up to the top because I have a tendency to tuck things in behind. Roberta says, guess what? What? It's exciting. What? What? Okay, let's assemble this. So pretty. Awesome. And then this is going to go here like this. Okay, so I'm not going to stick this down just yet because I know that I'm going to need to cut that little groove, and I might need to cut through this and the back. But let me cut out my little duckies, and then I can have a think about where I'm going to place everything. And if I want to add anything else, because I also thought that I could add like a little bunny rabbit down here maybe, or I could add like some flowers. Lots of different options, but I don't want it to be too busy either. I want to make sure also that I can add a sentiment if I want to do that. Roberta says, my engagement ring is the same, just different shaped stone. Oh, really? What's it like? Tell me. Oh, I've reached the end of my memo dip. Boo. Lucky for me. I always carry a spare. Because I am not running out of that. It's probably the one thing that I use like every single time. All right. Mr. Ducky. So this guy, I think he might be walking. He might be sitting, swimming. I'm not sure yet. Hi, Denise. Denise is here. Hello. Hope you've all had a wonderful week. I've had a pretty good week because Piper's been really good in the homeschooling department. I don't like calling it homeschooling because it's not homeschooling, but whatever it is. I have been getting closer and closer, finishing off more and more of the drawings and for the products for the next release. So that's super exciting. And even though I feel like I haven't been as productive as I would like to have been, it does mean we're getting progress. Yay! And progress is good. All right, this little guy obviously hasn't been used yet. Roberta says, my diamond is marquee cut and has 2 sapphires. I don't know what marquee cut is. My birthstone is diamond and my husband's is sapphire, says Roberta. The 2 sapphires represent his love surrounding me. Oh, I'm gonna make me cry. That's awesome. It sounds absolutely beautiful. My mum has a ring which has, I'm going to completely, I think hers is, I don't know, actually, no, so hers is a straight line, but it's like small diamond, sapphire, diamond, sapphire, diamond, sapphire, like this. And I always remember as a kid asking her to take it off and put it on my hand. And I love the fact that I love the sapphires. So I always knew that I wanted a sapphire in my engagement ring whenever that would happen. But I don't remember if I told Craig that. And he surprised me. So, and actually it's a bit of a funny story actually. No, you might think it's a bit of a sad story, but one time we were at uni and we were lying in bed at the end of the night and it was pitch black and we were just chatting, and obviously the conversation must have turned to, yeah, imagine getting married and all that jazz. And I must have said something about, I think if I ever get married, then I would probably want a white gold engagement ring. Don't think I'd want yellow gold. And it was just a passing comment. I don't think it was anything that I really thought about. And then whenever Craig actually proposed, he said to me that I knew that I wanted to marry you long before I knew that you didn't want yellow gold. So he had put a deposit down on the ring and had been paying it off every month with his money from his part-time weekend job whilst at university. And he said it was a good job that the lights were out that night, because if you would have seen my face whenever you said, oh yeah, my engagement, yeah, I really want white gold, not yellow gold, because obviously he had picked the yellow gold and he had picked it was set aside, he was paying it off, and the next day he said I had to create some sort of lame excuse, because he like ran into town, went to the jewelers and was like freak out at the jewelers, and they sat him down. They were like, listen, it's okay, this happens all the time, the best thing to do is to, you know, use this ring to propose, and then you guys can come in afterwards and figure it all out and stuff. And so whenever he actually proposed, and I was like, yes. And then he said to me about the fact that he knew that he wanted to marry me before he knew about the fact I didn't want yellow gold. I was like, it's yellow gold, I didn't even notice. He was like, oh gee, thanks. But I was like crying, like, oh, I just got engaged. It was amazing. It was funny. And he had said how he always had in his mind what kind of ring he wanted. And for, I don't know, ever since we're going out for however long, and he knew that he wanted to propose, anytime he passed a jeweler's, he would look in and see, but nothing ever was what he wanted. And he had looked, and anyway, he went then to this jeweler's in Glasgow, which is where we lived. And there's like an arcade, which is pretty much exclusively jewelers. There's like 30 jewelers or something down it. It's ridiculous. And anyway, he went into this particular one, and he was like really bummed out because he knew what he wanted, but he couldn't find it. And the people said, well, what is it what is it like that you want? And he kind of like drew it. And then the guy was like, we just got something in like that. Let me see. And like he went off, came back with a tray and opened it out. And then there was 3 different rings that were pretty much this. And I think this was the largest one and the other ones were like smaller. And he was like, is this the kind of thing? And Craig was like, oh, dun, dun, dun. It was meant to be. So he was like, that's the one. So after that story, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is not going anywhere. Absolutely not changing this for the world. Hey, Amy. All right. So we got a little ducky-doo. Don't know whether I'm going to add ink to that. So, in the otter stamp set, hello from the otter side. Oh, hello. Me. There is like a wave stamp like this. But the fun thing is that the die actually only cuts the top section. So you can tuck elements behind it. How clever of me, huh? So I'm going to use this wave die. And seeing as we're talking about Catherine Pooler inks and the fact that I've got them in the store, I'm gonna go and grab a Catherine Pooler ink. Fiesta Blue was sitting on top, so that'll do the job nicely. Hoopla, making a mess. Pam says, or Roberta says, love that story, yay. Pam says, similarly, my husband and I talked about the ring prior to getting it, and he showed it to me in the jewelry store, and I said it was too old-fashioned, not knowing that was the ring that he already bought. Oh no, you see, that's the problem. He was trying to be smart and trying to be cheeky and have a little laugh behind your back, and then it didn't work out for him, huh? But did you pick a different one? It's better that you get one that you like because it's going to be on your finger. I think that's why it's best not to talk about the ring prior or talk specifics way ahead. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's probably better to know. All right, let's run this through the machine. Amanda says, my husband picked out a lovely ring for me, but his wedding band is the real showstopper. I bought him a band that has both meteorite and dinosaur bone. Wow, that's pretty cool. Dee 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 dee, tuck your butt in there, little boy. That's pretty cool, Amanda. That's pretty cool. Oops. All right, I'm gonna add another little wiggle. I had actually planned to put one of the stones from the stone here from the other side on here, but I think it's going to get too busy if I start adding more things like that. I really like the reeds though. I want to keep that. Jasmine said, I had no idea Ben was going to propose. Jasmine, I don't think I know the story. You'll have to tell us. Pam says, I do love it now. It's different now that it's on. Oh, you went for the same, you went for that one. You see, that's the thing. It's not about the shape or about the size or about the design. It's more about the person that gave it to you, huh? Okay. I'm gonna stick this on here. And then do my little groove. Snowy Spudger says, oh, lovely romantic stories about engagement rings. I've had to take my wedding and engagement ring off while I'm working. I'm washing my hands so much at the moment. Yeah. I remember once my mum lost her wedding ring and it was just horrible, horrendous. Oh no, she didn't lose the wedding ring. She lost a stone from the wedding ring, which is not as bad because you can replace the stone easier, I guess. Still wasn't fun though. Right. Nice. Jasmine says, I took him to meet my grandparents in Devon and he asked my granda for permission. Ah, but if I remember, he also asked you. He did ask me. Yeah, he did. I remember it as well. We were sitting down to watch a movie and the phone rang, and then I was like, oh, okay. You know, I just didn't quite know what was going on. And then after he told me, I was like, oh! It was like the ultimate secret. And then Hubby did not say anything. All right. So we're going to have this little guy walking along here. This one's making a splash here. Let's see, where is my... more strips of these. Nice, okay. I think this one is probably going to be big enough, and I want it to it's going to be like jumping in. I think it will go like this almost. So I probably don't really need to put it on this area. I'll just put it on the background. Now here's the question though. Do I want to stencil the background? Because my original plan, I was going to maybe use the Simply Radiant stencil. Let's take a look and see. Gonna be the last one in here. Near enough anyway. Ooh, must have some pixie spray on it. It's a little tacky. I just thought that it would be kind of cute to have some designs radiating out from him. Just a very subtle. Kind of like this, and I center it at the top here. And I'm just going to go really light and probably keep to that blue. Don't lose you. Roberta said, we were in Germany when Bob proposed. The jeweler counter lady didn't want to sell him a bridal set. She apparently said that I was a child, says Roberta. Bob was determined to have a ring, so he bought Child's ring. Oh, I'm loving all these little stories tonight. Pam says, he picked it out for me and that's what made it special. Yeah. Roberta says she had no problem selling that one. How old were you, Roberta? Were you young? My mum was really young when she got engaged. I think she was, well, I say really young. I think she was maybe 17, something like that. which is young if you ask me, only because I've got a daughter. All right, this is super subtle because Tumble Glass is pretty much the same color as the Ice Blast cardstock, which is why I love it so much. Can you guys see? It's kind of hard to see with the bright light. See? It's really subtle. It's pretty though. Georgina says, my hubby chose my ring, and I think I would have chosen the same one. The jeweler said, he was Scottish, but you're a very brave man. Mama Jadax is watching on Twitch. I'm here for this tucked layered paper craft. Nice. So let's stick this all down. So this one's going to go down here like this. And then where's that little guy? I'm gonna just stick it there's a line here that's stenciled. You probably can't really see it very much, but I'm going to follow that line down to about here, I think. Awesome. Let's cut that guy out. Roberta said, my son had asked me to keep an eye out for a good deal on a ring for his then girlfriend. I kept the picture on my phone for a long time. Fast forward when they went to buy a ring and ended up with the exact one. Dun, dun, dun. There you go, it's meant to be. He was the exact one that he had me looking for, and now his wife couldn't believe he was going to buy the exact ring that she wanted. Oh, that is so cool. That's awesome. Oh, I've gone a bit wonky here. It's not quite straight. All right, so we're going to have a pull tab doing this to pull it up. So let's die cut this, and I'm actually going to use the same colored cardstock here because I think that would make it look better. So I'll use one of the thicker ones of these more strips of ease dies. Denise says, all the stories are so sweet. There we go. Roberta says that was supposed to be how cute, Jasmine. Oh, I guess Jasmine must be sharing a picture. Jasmine says she's got her unicorn worked out. Yay! Fabulous. Did you draw a horn on a horse, like I said? Because that is the universal way of how to make a unicorn. Okay, so I have die cut another one of these because we're going to use this as a little guide, a little belly band, for want of a better word, to go around this guy like this, so that it helps it slide up and down. So let's stick this little cardigan around him. Amanda says, you guys, we need to scrapbook these memories. I don't actually think that I have scrapbooked that, which I should. Piper is like obsessed with, Mommy, tell me stories. Mommy, tell me stories. Like, tell me a story about whenever you were young. Tell me a story about Daddy. She is totally obsessed with things like that. So I really should, scrapbook things like that. All right. So this little belly band we're going to attach to the back of our card, which will help this slide. But now we need to have an element to grab hold of our duckies. Now, the easiest way to do this, let's see, is we can wrap around this like so. You can just create, like add two little squares together. And fold them in half, but I'm cheating. I'm making a shape like this. That will stick onto this, and then this will go through the slit. I might make it narrower actually so that it can slide a wee bit more. So the other way of doing it is if I take another piece of card like this, is if you just take two squares and fold them in half like so. Like that. And then put them together with the two V's like this, and then cover sticky tape there and stick that onto your pull device, and then you get the same sort of thing. You get a little thing that you can push through the slit. I'm going to use this one for now. Roberta says, I'll send you all the pictures, Amanda. Yeah, sure, Amanda. You can scrapbook it for all of us. All right. So I'm going to just trim this one down so it's narrower. Like so. And these are going to go into here. Like that. And then we're going to have our belly band up top. And look at this. And we can attach, let's attach this. Let's attach this one to our pole stick. Oh my goodness. Roberta says, I'll send you the pictures, Amanda. The first one I did didn't look right though. Though you should see the first things I try to draw sometimes. Amanda says, I made a mini album. It was super fast and easy. It was a 3x3 from a single sheet of cardstock, and I put a bunch of random pictures in, and I love it. Oh, amazing. I did make a mini book about our honeymoon, and we went to Prague, and it was like that. It was quick and easy. It was awesome. Okay, so can you see this is gonna jump for your love? Okay, so the other thing that I'm gonna want to do, obviously, where's my belly band gone to? Have I lost him? Here he is I want to create a little notch. I'm going to cut a little notch out the top here so that I can pull up. So I'm going to go and grab a shape. I don't know what kind of shape. Maybe the bottom of a heart or something? Maybe a heart, maybe a semicircle. I'm just going to have a look through my stash and see what I can find. If you want to kiss my sisters in the night, yeah. This is a fun one. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this. This is from the Clover Frames die set. So this die is actually a lift the flap die. So it cuts around the outside edge from here all the way around to here. And then there's no cutting line on this section, so you can lift it up. So what I'm going to do is use this to cut a little notch here, and then I'm going to also cut out, oh no, I can just do it here. Okay, let's line it up. I might need to just trim the extra bit, but it's kind of the perfect width to line up with my strip and get it just perfect. I am going to take a brand new piece of tape because I do not want this little guy moving on me. All right, so I just want this one and not the other one. Awesome. So it has cut it 3/4 of the way around. I just need to trim off this one, so it's a bit more of an interesting shape. Okay, reassemble. Roberta says, I just want the ducks. They're so cute, especially the dancing one. Yay! The V's in that set work great too for notches. They really do, actually. I never even thought about that. I could totally use this to cut a triangle at the top. I'm going to do that another day. This is going to go up and down. Let's test out my duck and see how much he's going to... I'll need to trim down this blue area so that it doesn't overlap him. So he's going to lift pretty much from his bottom to the end of the blue all the way up where his foot goes up. I think that's enough. I think that's enough, don't you? So let's stick this down. I'll add our belly band on here. Let's get some tape on it. Amanda says, I love that you made this set so versatile, Lesley. I tell everyone that this set is a must-have for interactive card makers. It is a must-have for interactive card makers, but I think it's still, you have, like, it's not immediately obvious when you first look at it, but it is, if you are able to think, oops, yeah, like, there are dies out there that would do this, kind of make this mechanism really easy peasy. But one of the things I like to do actually is tell people that you don't need to have those kind of dies to make these kind of cards. You can use stuff that you have on hand, or things like this die set that will give you endless possibilities. Come on. My dog's back. Hey puppy. Gonna be a craft dog now? Time to be a craft dog. What a good corgi here. You want a treat? There you go, buddy. My boy. All right. So, we're going to trim this down so that my little ducky poo can fit on here. Now, one thing which is a useful little trick is take the die for your shape and die cut another duckykins. Roberta says, I just want the ducks, they're so cute. That's going to be a really cute card, says Denise. Thank you. Amanda says, it has all the parts to make lots of movement. It really does. Georgina's living room rug has gone from clear to bomb site in 20 minutes. We've all been there. All right, so we can have this little guy and we can stick him on like this. It might have been easier to do this before we assembled it. Trim it down, but this will still work. All right, and then stick him on like so, and then just take your scissors and pretty much trim off any bits that are overhanging the duck. I'm just going to cut off his whole foot here, and probably that wing. It's not necessary. I'll take off his head as well. Off with his head. There's plenty of room here to stick Mr. Ducky down on here. So let's grab some of that. Actually, instead of a wet glue, I'm going to add some glue dots on here because I think I can get them placed a little bit more in the areas that I want them to be. I'm going to use one of these dies to help me place it. Oops. Great. Now I can line him up with his foot down here and his wing over there. And look what we've got here. A jumping ducky. Da, 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 da. Amanda says, when you're all done, just roll it up and put it in the corner. That's pretty much what Piper's been doing. Piper got a she got this gorgeous rug for her birthday from her granny, and the dog is obsessed with it, by the way. It's kind of funny. And he keeps rolling in it, but the rug is gorgeous. It's really thick and everything, but it gets when she wants to play with Lego and things, that she'll just like roll it up and put it out of the way. But she'll roll it up with toys in it and everything. Beano magazines and all sorts of fun stuff. All right. So we're a little bit big here. I think it's catching on one of these little guys, which we want to make sure that we know which one it is. So of course you could take the little die, little slot die. But as it's grass, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a trim. Splish, splish, splash. If you want to taste my kisses in the night. The other thing I could attempt is to take this off and move it down a bit. But sometimes that doesn't work out. Oh, I think it's going to work. Famous last words. It's like going to rip the last tiny bit. All right. Now, if you wanted to, we could raise up this panel and that would give a little bit more purchase behind so that this is going to move better. But I'm lazy like that, so I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to assemble, but make sure that my tape is nowhere near the moving mechanisms here. You killed the blue duck. Do love a bit of crispy duck. I don't think I've ever had blue duck though. It's looking fun. I mustn't forget to add this little guy on as well. Oops, I've accidentally removed that piece of tape, but it's fine. Now, this is my duck in the up position. This is my duck in the down position, which is where I'm going to snip this overhanging little guy. And then this is going to go right on top there. But before I stick him down, I want to stamp the word pull me or something like that. So let me grab the Interactively Yours stamp set. All right, we've got move me, pull me. We could add an arrow, although the arrows are maybe a little bit big for this one. What else? Open here. I think pull me is probably going to be perfect. I'll go with Fiesta Blue again. And definitely a light touch for these stamps because they're quite small, so the grooves in between them are small. So you need just a little love tap, as you said. A little love tap, not much pressure. There we go. So we've got a pull me here. Actually, I could have trimmed away that bottom section to make it easier. I never thought of that. I think it's going to be okay. Let's grab some water. All right, we need to assemble. Now, I had thought that I was going to put it onto maybe like a colourful background. I still could, but I don't know. Maybe we'd go for white, or maybe I could do a little layer of something. Let's add a tiny bit of colour to my sun. Everyone's gone really quiet, or my comments have gotten lost, so I'm not sure which is which. Maybe everybody's just really busy crafting away, or being inspired by Mr. Duck. All right, so I do know that I want little Miss Duck here. I think she'll be cute. By turning the horses into unicorns, I still had to cut out by hand. Yeah, that's the challenge. Georgina says, totally inspired. Yay. Pam's just watching. Did anybody get married or engaged or anything on vacation or somewhere special? Somewhere different? I'm going to stick this guy on with a little foam, I think. Maybe just 1 mil foam though. For an itty bitty bit of dimension. This will do. Jasmine says, I'm taking it all in. I haven't made an interactive card yet. Only a shake card. Shake card is an interactive card. Yes, you have done an interactive card. Yay. Well done. Awesome. Oh, that's a little plastic, but stick to everything. Oh, hope I can still fit your bum in there, mister. Michael baby duck. Lisa is watching and saying, I'm making hubby a birthday card, playing with Super Dudes again. Yay! Super Dudes, I think, are getting a lot of love out there at the moment, especially with NHS cards and things like that, which is awesome. Mr. Ducky swimming along. Mr. Ducky singing a song. Yes, let's put him in there. Roberta says, same here, Jasmine. I have them in my head. I just need to get them into card form. Yeah. I think Jasmine has become uber inspired and is brimming over with ideas at the moment. You need to keep a little book beside your desk. That's what I would do. So you can sketch out all your ideas when they come to you. That would be a good card for someone who needs some joy in their life, says Denise. Aw. Thank you. Georgina says, by the canal in Bathampton, on a romantic weekend in Bath, he said he could chuck me in the canal. He said he could have chucked me in the canal. Should I have said no? Nice. Then we went for a drink in the George pub. Ah, of course. That you knew. That's so sweet. Dangerously for me, my dining room table, now the craft table, is behind my work desk. All I have to do is swing my chair around. Yeah, so Jasmine does the job that I used to do, unless you've changed roles, Jasmine, recently. And I remember being on conference calls and just sketching a few card ideas. Also coloring in. If I wasn't required for taking notes, then I would just be like coloring in some images. Yeah. 3 years now, that's crazy. Charlotte says hello from Denmark. Hello, hello, hello. How are ya? There we go. Maybe have it peeking out from the cloud a little bit. Oh, the weather's been awful here. Well, to be fair, the last couple of weeks it's been amazing. But then the last like 3 days, it's been fine. And then hailstones from the heaven. And then you're like 2 minutes later, it's fine. It's really nuts. And it's always at the moment where you need to go outside. Of course. I'm not sure I want that one here. All right, so I'm feeling yellow at the moment. I'm feeling like maybe we need to mat it onto a little yellow. Let me see how we're going. And it was all yellow. By half an inch. Oh, I think I'm going to be a slightly bit smaller there. No, a little bit more. This might not work. We'll give it a try though. Might be too small. Oh no, it's fine. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to trim it down ever so slightly. One more time. Yeah. This is looking good. I'm loving it. Yay. Amanda says, my husband proposed while we were on a hike. He tells people if I had said no, he would have pushed me off the mountain. What is this about rejection and violence? That's funny. It's nice to have a backup plan, isn't it, boys? Obviously, rejection would have been too much damage to the old pride there. I love him. I think these are going to be too much if I use them, but we definitely need some sort of sentiment to add to the bottom here. We could add something. We could add like a gnome or a little baby bunny or something like that if we wanted to, but I think a sentiment would be fun. You need to put a tutu in the middle, duck, says Roberta. Oh, funny. That's got to do Swan Lake, huh? Boys, they are silly, but we love them, says Roberta, for sure. Let's see. We could put some little dandelions. We've got hooray. Could do hooray here. Or we could, let's see what else we've got sentiment-wise. sweetest. I love you. I miss you. I wonder if we've got any other like ducky sentiments anywhere. You are the champion is not going to work. I'm just going to have a little look through all of my Heffy Doodle stamps here, see if anything pops out. We could do a large sentiment and emboss it and stick it on there. What's that? Hip hip hooray. No, that's not going to work, is it? But thank you so much. And we could use the Rascal alphabeters to put a sentiment on there if we wanted to. Happy birthday, but it's not for a birthday. Birds of a feather stick together. That could work. Birds of a feather stick together. Hello. You can make it a graduate card. I think, oh yeah, I could actually, if we wanted to. If I had a, if I had anybody who was graduating soon, then I would totally do that, but I don't know anyone. Roberta says, who in the USA carries all of your stamp sets? So scrapbook.com orders all of them, and Simon Says Stamps pretty much orders all of them, but they don't replenish all of them. So whenever it comes to a new release, they will have everything pretty much, but like once the first batch is out, then they may not restock. And they're pretty much the only ones that will carry all of them. I do have other retailers, and you can find it at heffydoodle.com/buy, B-U-Y, -HitFD. You'll find a list there. But like Scrapmania, for example, Scrapbook Cottage, we just got an order there from Scraps a Lot. But those people all just pick and choose whatever they want. Vanessa at Butterfly orders some, but not all of them. I quite like, oops, hello. I quite like Birds of a Feather stick together. We could actually add some feathers sticking out, but they're not exactly the right proportion. Birds of a Feather stick together, I think, is quite apt for just now, don't you? I'm gonna cough, bear with me a second. Birds of a Feather stick together. Oh, I'm gonna cough, bear with me. Oh la la. We could do Birds of a Feather stick together. We could even do the little speech bubble with this, which is super cute as well. Especially with the tiny little love heart in it. Let's cut this out and test the waters. You all right, buddy? Pamela says, hello everyone, I just got here and I love the card. I like that. And then we can pop that one up with a little foam pad as well. I just need to make sure that it's not going to get in the way of his jumping. Let's hold him up. See, that might get in the way of his jumping. And then two. So we could do that, or we could do like just the hello or the hi. But I think those ones are going to be a bit big and would make this, would take off the balance a little bit. So I'm going to step away from my hello everyone stamp set. And go for my birds of a feather stick together, I think. This feels like it's not sticking. There we go. Pamela says, I just got here and I love the card that I see. Ooh. All right, definitely gonna need to do a misty situation for this one. I'm hoping this is not gonna smudge or anything. So I could go for some mint to be, but I'm not sure how much it's going to pop against the background. Not a lot, I don't think. But I like the idea of tone on tone. So there's one called green tea, which might work. Actually, I'm just going to go with memento. Amanda says, there's a blue misty. They are stickers. Yeah, they're stickers. I had left my misty in the sun, so it had all my pink had like it was quite evidently like a line, so it must have been in the sun one really sunny day, so it was like pretty much bleached white all along like the corner like this. And when I was at Creativation, well, not this year, last year maybe, I had mentioned to someone who was at the booth, or maybe they saw my misty at the booth, and they were like, you should go get a sticker. And I was like, oh, the stickers? And they're like, yeah, go get one. I was like, I can't leave the booth. And she was like, I'll get you one. And I was like, okay. She said, you want blue or pink? I was like, blue. I was very excited about that. See, little guy needs some loving. All right. Here he is. Birds of a feather stick together. And we have a little pull me tab. We can pull this up and down. What do you guys think? You can kind of see the lines in the background on the camera. It is more noticeable in real life. Yay! Super cute. Super, super cute. All right. So I'm going to not stay much longer because I'm warm and my knee is sore. I said to Craig today, when do you stop feeling old? And he said, wow, well, the moment that you stop feeling old, it's probably not a good moment. It's kind of the moment where you stop feeling anything. And I was like, oh yeah. But hey ho. Yay! And I loved using my colored cardstock. I think I'm going to be using more colored cardstock in the future because it really does make it pop. Gina K is going out with a new Misty, I heard, says Denise. Ooh, nice. All right, so last week I played with some pastels for Jasmine's benefit, who got some pastels and didn't know how to use them. And one of the pieces that I used, I actually went ahead and layered the quilted heart background die on top of it. Just on the Saturday when I was tidying my desk, and I was like, oh, okay, there's the piece that was like all covered in the pastels, and I thought, oh, it's quite pretty. And I had this lying over on the side. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just add that. So I added that to the front, and I'm just going to very quickly put together a quick card before I go to bed. And I've got two little clouds in here, so I might as well see if I can use them. Pamela says, I bought the sticker for my Misty a long time ago. Do you cover the old sticker or take it off first? I took mine off. Amanda's running. Micah needs help moving stuff around in his shop. Hope to see you all in the Heffy Doodlers group and on some of the meetups this weekend. Yes, awesome. Roberta says, Denise, what is hers supposed to be? Here where it says the black one. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen. I knew that there was a new Misty. And by new I mean it's like a slightly. So sorry, Ranger. I'm sorry. Everything fall on you. It's a slightly different design. It has a lip over the edge, which I quite like. Okay, let's see what's in my little stash of stuff. We could have a tree. We could have a mousy mouse. Some shivs. And cheesy weezies. I think the cheese is going to be too vibrant against that. Let's see what else we've got. We could add some grass to it if we wanted to. We could put a frame on the inside, but I think that's too dark. Don't think I've got very much other pre-stamped things. Got more trees if I wanted to go for that. And another tree there. All right, let's see what we can come up with here. Feel free to offer suggestions. Denise, Roberta says that's what hers is supposed to be. Oh no, what is hers supposed to be? It has a lip on it and a magnet storage spot. Yes, I am familiar with that. That one, I've seen that one. I like that one. It looks cool. So these little trees is from Santa's Village. So let's cut them out. Roberta says the shooting star is so cute. All right, let's put these away. Oops. See what we could do. We could maybe have a little scene. Kind of like the grey. It's cute. We could have a little mouse on it, or we could stamp something else. I'm thinking something else that's a bit more size appropriate. Let's see. What do you guys think? Did you use inks or Copics on the star? It was Copics, I think. What kind of card are you making now? I'm just making a really quick one just before I wrap up for bed. For beddy boos. And I think I might actually cut this into a slightly different shape. Or, my goodness, that's determined to fall tonight. It's too dark. You can maybe turn it into a circle or an oval kind of shape maybe. All right, let's see. Let's grab my ovals. Actually, this is the stitched dino prints, and I could just take a new piece of card, but I'm trying to be frugal and use some scraps up. Did you have a fox you already colored in your sample box? There was a fox dangling from a balloon. It wasn't a Heffy doodle. It was My Sentiments Exactly, I think it belonged to. All right. This is going to go here. I'm going to start assembling even though I have no idea what I'm going to do, because it's just going to be that kind of card. It's going to come together when I least expect it. This banner is actually cut off the edge, so I'm going to layer both of them up. So this is just going to be my placeholder. I'll try and get it somewhat straight. And this is going to go here. I'm just going to go ahead and stick this down. See what happens. Georgina says, I have tonight been crafting. I've watched and learnt how to make a slider card. I'm also watching Grey's Anatomy with a gin and tonics. Nice, tonight has been bliss, thank you. Yay! It does sound like a perfect evening. Grey's Anatomy, I watched some of it once upon a time, but I never really got into it. But that's quite exciting for me because it means that there's something that I can go back to and go to and watch. The notion takes me. Oh no, no, too late. Never mind. You want to type, buddy? Whew, it's hot. Hot in here. My dog's leaving me. Too warm in this place, he says. I'm revisiting old seasons, says Georgina. Nice. I'm doing that with One Tree Hill. Cheesy, cheesy. All right, this is going to go on top. So I might need to stamp this one or do whatever I want to do with it before I start sticking everything on top. But it's hard because I don't know what this card is going to be like, first of all. So let's just commit and figure it out later. Georgina says, my husband has now been working away for 6 weeks. Oh, this has lifted my spirits along with the gin. Yay! Lisa is doing that with Gilmore Girls. Woohoo! Gotta love some Gilmore Girls. Yeah, I rewatched that a few years ago. Whenever the new season came out, I watched all the old ones again. So yeah, I was like, can't just watch it. I have to start again and watch it right from the start to finish again. Okay, so we could go for a little dino. We could go for the horse. Let's see. Cat. Rescue dog. We could do the little fairy. Little fairy in the forest. We could have, let's see. I'd have a bug, but I think they're a bit out of proportion to our trees, even though I think everything's going to be out of proportion to our trees. No biggie. I could have a dino. What else do I have? My elephant's going to be a bit big. We can just have a little gnome. Oh, we could have a gnome and he could be catching something with his net. And we could maybe fit I'll be there for you, and then no matter what. That might be cute. Let's do it. Hopefully it's gonna work. I think I need to upgrade to the larger block. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to place my die cut down and then put my block on top of it. And then maneuver my stamp so that it's going to stamp curvy curvy. There's been teasers going around that there might be another Gilmore Girls reboot. I'm crossing everything that is true. Oh my gosh, that'll be awesome. Judy says, hi everyone, pretty card. Well, you should see the other one. Let me show you. Just a second. This was our first card. Birds of a feather stick together. Do, 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 do. Whee! So for this one, I accidentally took a photo. Whoops. For this one, I'm just using mostly scraps, but I'm going to stamp Mr. Gnome and stick it on here. Oopsies. Oh, so cute. I'll watch that in the replay, says Judy. Awesome. All right, I'll be there for you. And then, oh, sorry, Ranger. Come on in, buddy. Put in this chair now, huh? No matter what. So, which guy do you think I should have? Which one do you think I should have? This guy or this guy? I think I want a guy. And maybe he should be holding the love heart flower instead. What do you think, you guys? Gotta make sure I finish my sentiment. Yes, the love heart, and yes, the love one. He looks rather jolly. I think he's my favorite, actually. With his little smiley eyes. And the love heart flower. Oh, I just accidentally stuck my stamp through the pocket. I think I'm gonna have to go and take one of the packets off. Stamp pockets off the shelf. We just got a delivery of stamp pockets that are in the shop now too. And for those of you who came in late, the other thing I mentioned was that we have got a small supply of Catherine Pooler inks. So just the mini ones is what we have in store. But you guys are gonna love them. I don't have very many, so grab them. Grab them while you can if you want to. All right, Mr. Manny, what color are you gonna be? I don't want to do him red because I want to carry through some pastel kind of tones. So let's make him a paler blue. And what about this? Maybe he will have a sort of a gingery beard. He's so cute. And some E00. I've never seen a gnome, but they've grown on me lately, says Judy. All right, so I think maybe we need to go for pink or maybe yellow for his hat. And his accent colors. Or green. I'm not sure. Go for gray for his belt anyway. And gray for his booties. And maybe we'll go a yellowy color. But still pastel. There we go. I think he's cute. Adorbs. I like them. Pamela says, my best friend's wife is the sister of Moira Kelly. Amazing. I know who Moira Kelly is. Been binge watching it. That's so cool. Everyone loved Karen. She's awesome. That's fun. Suze is here. Hey, Suze. That is a fun fact. I bet it's fun for your friends to have an actor in the family. Yeah. That's really cool. Wow. It's Moira's wife, right? Moira's sister, right? I like her. Mind you, I like most of them, apart from Dan. Nobody likes that. All right. Let's stick this little guy on. And then I'll be getting off to my Betty Boos. There we go. I think we'll call that done. It looks quite washed out on the camera. Let me turn down my lights a little bit. You can get a truer look at what the colors are there. It's really soft, loads of really pastel-y kind of colors. I think it looks really beautiful. What do you guys think? Oh. There we go. Although with this sentiment, I'm getting Friends vibes. I do like it though. I feel like I maybe should have layered this one up or colored the one below in a pink or something to make it pop more. But it still looks really cool in real life. I think you can still see it. You can kind of see it better with the shadows there. There we go, guys. That's 2 cards from tonight's stream. Yay! And bedtime for me. Sweaty Betty that I am, because it's so hot in here. Georgina says, oh, I love it. Pamela says, love the soft colors. And Judy says, so cute as always. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for coming and crafting with me tonight. I've had lots of fun. Hopefully I've given you some inspiration. Yeah, if you're interested in grabbing some Catherine Pooler inks, like I say, I do have some over in the store now. Limited quantities for now at least. And we also had a restock of loads of our crafty essentials. So if for those of you who are after some stamp pockets and things, they've been out of stock for a little bit, even envelopes, action wobblers. And we also added some other new things. You guys have seen me use Perfect Pearls before and like spray with it and stuff. Well, I bought some of the Perfect Pearls powder because I know that I've been using it a lot more as well. So I wanted to make sure that you guys are able to get some of that. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. Sue says Catherine Pooler inks are awesome. Yeah, I know, I love them a lot. So I got the little minis for the store. Which I think is good because then people can try it and buy like one little set and try it and see if they like them, which they will. I think the only problem with the Catherine Pooler inks is that once you start, you're going to want them all. But I knew that going into it. So I'm going to save up so that when I buy something, I'm going to buy it all. That's just the way it is. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. And I'm off to climb into bed with One Tree Hill. Bye.